Come, yes. So, middle class families. So, we want our children to study. They accept what it is. They don't think about it, they don't critically analyze it. They just say, yes, we want to make more money, achieve more. So you study science, do your studies, get a good job, work hard. That's all. That's all that matters. Right? That's all that matters. What is that? Now, when you've lived in severe poverty, that can seem, having prosperity seems like a great thing. If you grow up with chronic hunger, if you grow up in a, not having proper shelter, when it rains you get wet, and now you can enjoy. Now you have a nice flat. You can have nice electronics, all the luxuries. Before you didn't even have a bicycle. Now, you can have your own car. So you just accept, okay, we'll do whatever it takes because we don't want to go back to that poverty. So we just want what the good life brings. The good life means material prosperity. So Indian students, you study hard. Why? So you want to, there's a pecking order. Okay, best students, they'll do MBBS. Next best students, engineering. Next best, then you, down here, the arts. Yeah. So if you can't do the sciences, then you'll do the arts. Why? Because this is where the good jobs are. This is where the money is. You need to learn English. Because if you want good jobs, you need good English. So people just blindly, okay, push. Your parents push you. You have to study all the time. No time for play. No having fun with your friends. No texting. Chatting. You do some chatting, you sneak in that. Okay, it's technology, so they think that's a good skill to learn. So we'll learn that. So what happens when you achieve what other nations have achieved and have great prosperity? Does it bring the good life that it promises? It helps you escape poverty. It helps you escape hunger. You can have better medical care. You can live longer. But is living longer a good thing if you don't have a good life? What is life for? So you're studying hard. You're in that mode right now where you're just wanting to study. And that's not all bad. But let me ask you some philosophical questions. Let me give you a chance to think philosophically. Higher level thinking. What's the purpose of it? What's the purpose of your studies? What's the purpose of your studies? When I point at you, you stop. People talk, and then I point at you, you don't say anything.
You feel hand.
Yeah. Tell me. To live a better life. What does that mean? What's a better life? Huh? What's a better life? Luxurious life. Is a luxurious life a better life? Huh? How many of you think a luxurious life is a better life? You don't all agree. They don't all agree with you. What else is it for then? What is the purpose of your studies? Why do you study hard? Huh? To get a good job. How many of you are studying hard so you can get a good job? Why do you get good knowledge? Why do you want knowledge? Why do you want good knowledge? What's the purpose of it? Huh? Okay. Everyone, you speak and then when I point, you stay silent. That's not Socratic. See, Socratic, when Socrates says, okay, well, speak, you speak. You don't speak when I'm... Yeah. Now you're shy. I'm not going to let you escape.
To make India prosperous.
What's that?
To make India prosperous.
To make India prosperous? Is that why you're studying hard? Are you doing it for India? So you can earn. So let me tell you. So if you're going to make India prosperous, that means that when you go to work, you're going to give all your money for taxes. Because you want to make India prosperous. They'll be prosperous if you give them all your salary just in taxes.
Now we can say America is a developed country. That means all people are giving taxes to American government.
I didn't quite say that again.
Yes, sir. American people are reading and they are getting knowledge and they are getting jobs also. Is mean that all people are giving their taxes to American country. Like you are saying that.
I'm questioning you. No, seriously. You're saying that you're wanting to make India better, but if you're only caring about India as a whole, as an abstract concept, as a nation, then you're willing to just give all your money to India, give it to the taxes, or give it to somebody else. You're not going to take any for yourself. So it's an honest question. Seriously. Why are you studying? Are you really doing it to make India better? Are you doing it to make yourself better? What is the purpose? You want to have a good life. You want money. Why do you want money? Huh? Money is just paper. Here's paper. Money can buy you things. Money gives you power. You want power. Is that why you're studying? You want power? You do? You might want, you do want power? You want some power. Money gives you power to, okay, if you have money, people will give you things. I'll go into a store, if I'm hungry, I'll take something, and they won't get angry because I'll give them money. If I take this from you, you'll get angry. Right? They agree to exchange things because you have money. So you can get people to work for you. If you have a vehicle and it gets broken, you don't know how to fix it. But if you have money, you can hire somebody to fix your vehicle. So money gives you power to do the things you want to do. Okay? So that's legitimate. But what's the purpose of power? What are you trying to achieve? Is it just taking care of yourself? Or once you've taken care of yourself, is there something more important? How many of you have grandparents? So, some of you, your grandparents have passed away?
Yes.
Yeah. So, do your grandparents think differently than you? Yes. Completely differently than you? What's important to them? Tradition. They want you to conform to their expectations. Okay? That's there. What else? What else is important to your grandparents? How often do you see your grandparents? You see them on holidays? You see them at weddings? Any family event? You see your grandparents. How will you treat your grandparents? Will they give you a hug? They'll hug you, kiss you, be very affectionate with you. That's a meaningful relationship, isn't it? And when you lose your grandparent, if those of you who've lost your grandparent, you feel a great loss. A great loss. You'll cry. Why? Because if there's something wrong, that relationship is so important to you. You have so much attachment to those people. What's more important? Money? Luxuries? Or the love of a grandparent? See, money can buy you a 40-inch LCD. But what's more important, a 40-inch LCD or the love of your grandparent? Yeah. But sometimes relationships can be corrupted. Trust can be violated. Some of you may not have a good relationship with your grandparents. Some grandparents have not treated their grandchildren well. They've abused you. They've violated your trust. And you're not, maybe you wouldn't be sad if they died. In all honesty, because they treated, maybe they treated your parents badly, or they treated you badly. And there's not good relationships. So there's a clear difference between those kind of experiences and the kind of experiences where you really share a love and an affection. And you know that your grandparents, if they could do if they have anything, they'll share it with you. If you need something to get into your, to go to school, or whatever it might be, they will help you do that. They will sacrifice. A parent, sometimes extended family members, an uncle, they'll make those kind of sacrifices for you because you have that kind of love for each other. Ultimately, in life, you can achieve prosperity, but there's an emptiness. Once you have all those things, it's like, okay, that's nice to have those things, but it doesn't bring fulfillment. Love brings fulfillment. Like nothing else. A loving marriage, a loving relationship with your children, with your parents, grandparents, cousins, loving relationship with your neighbors, your classmates. Loving relationships give far greater satisfaction than any amount of prosperity. Once you have your basic needs met. It's important. You have to meet your basic needs. You need to eat. You need basic shelter. The basic things. You need to be able to, when you get sick, to be able to go to a doctor and get the medical care you need. But once you have those basic things, having more prosperity isn't going to make your life more fulfilling. More love, more loving relationships will make your life more meaningful, more satisfactory. The topic of this session is why character matters. So let's link these questions. How does character matter when it comes to loving relationships? What are some key ingredients for a successful relationship? What are the character qualities? Do your parents lie to you? If they lie to you, will you trust them? So, honesty is an important characteristic if you want a loving relationship. Trust is essential. Trust is so foundational, not just in intimate relationships, but with any kind of relationship. I'm involved in business. I've studied economics. Without trust, a society falls apart. An economy falls apart. An economy cannot work if there's not trust. Think about banking. Think about bankers. When they give a loan, what are they doing? They check your credit history. They won't give you a loan unless you're trustworthy. If you have not paid other debts, they're not going to give you a low interest loan. They're going to charge you very high interest rates. Local money lenders, they charge 10% per month. A bank will charge 10% per year. Why? Because they only give money to people who are trustworthy. People do business. If you do business with somebody, and then you lie, or you're dishonest, you don't fulfill your word, you lose trust. And when you lose trust, they won't work with you again. We won't do that. Marriage is the most important relationship any of us will have. Our marriage relationship. If you get married, that's the most important relationship you'll have. A marriage will fall apart if you don't have trust. And you can't just trust somebody if they're not trustworthy. If somebody repeatedly lies and is unfaithful, trust will be lost. And a marriage will be broken. You may stay together, but it'll be an unhealthy family life. It'll be a very discouraging home life. There'll be lots of trouble. If you don't have trust, how can you love? How can you function? Your family members. Some of you may have family members you don't trust. That's a hard thing to do, to not trust your family member. You want to trust them, but you know they're not trustworthy. Character matters. You can get the best marks, get into the best position. But if you're dishonest, what are you doing it for? I have a friend who works in the office with he's a PA for a IAS officer. He had two different bosses. First one he had, was a man of impeachable character. Very honest, very trustworthy, would do the right thing. Then that guy got transferred to another office, to another country, working some UN office. So he got a new boss, a new IAS officer. Completely different. This guy, completely dishonest. Everybody in the office knows it. And he knows that they know it. But he says, "Are you going to report me? I'm your boss." You do that, then I'm going to make sure that you have to stay at your desk at all times. You'll have to follow every rule. If you break any rule, you'll lose your job. So nobody says anything. So people get into positions and they use their power to get benefit for themselves. They take bribes. They demand, they take their budget that is supposed to be for some public use, and they'll use it for their private use. Without character, a society falls apart. You can have government institutions. You can have business institutions. But if people are corrupt, if their character isn't good, society will, everyone will suffer. Everyone suffers in society. You were born shortly before this big event in the United States called 9/11. There was a big terrorist attack. It was a huge effect on our country because trust was lost. No longer could we trust people to go onto an airplane. So we had to have high security. Every time you go to an airport now, there's high security. Everything, all our pockets we have to empty, and all our bags have to be searched every time, every airport. I'll be going on a plane in 2 days, and I'll have to go through security in every airport 4 or 5 different times. Take out all my pockets, all my things. Everything has to be searched. Why? Because they don't trust anymore. Because a few people violated trust, and now no one in the society can be trusted. When there's corruption, when there's lack of character, all of society suffers. When you don't have character, you can't have loving relationships. You don't have good, and the most meaningful things in life. Character matters in a broader range of things. So as you're doing these character formation classes, this isn't just like taking an art class. Arts are also important. They add beauty and meaning to life. But character is even more important. It may not get you admission to medical school or engineering school, but it'll give you admission to good relationships, to a satisfying life. Character matters. Your success in relationships, your ability to earn the trust of other people, of your friends, of your family members, rests upon your character, your honesty, your trustworthiness, your faithfulness, all those things. It's not just an extra. It matters, and it matters deeply. Any questions? Comments? Is that where we expired our time, or we have more time?
So, let them ask questions.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll open it up to questions. What do you think?